Every season of The Bachelor has a villain or two, and you know what? I'm not falling for the narrative anymore. You're not gonna make me hate Carolina and her puffy gloves, okay? Stop with the third degree. Anyway, Bachelor villains have gotten a really bad rap over the years, so I want to take a little trip down memory lane to recap 3 of my favorite Bachelor villains of all time. These girlies carried the show, for better or worse, until they were eliminated because, let's be real, the Bachelor villain never wins the show. Except for Jake's season. And Ben's. Maybe we'll talk about those sometime. Anyway, let's get into it. 3 of my favorite Bachelor villains. At the bottom of the pyramid, so to speak, we have Olivia Caridi from Ben Higgins' season. I feel like the villainization here really started right away on night 1 because she told Ben that she had quit her job as a news anchor to come on the show, and that got her the first impression rose. And she got multiple group date roses, and I really think that that put a target on her back from the other ladies in the house. She also did the whole, "Can I steal you for a minute?" a lot. And as the season went on, it became increasingly clear that Ben was getting tired of being 2 minutes into a conversation and then seeing Olivia pop up.
The thing is if I left home, my dogs would not come with me.
So I'm just thinking of, okay, so no, continue. I want to hear this.
No, sorry.
But I think that one of the main situations that really harmed her reputation with Bachelor Nation was Kanklegate. Ben walked in and announced that he had just lost 2 people really close to him in a plane crash, and her immediate response was,
"Can I grab you and talk to you? I'll lead the way."
Before comforting him the best way she knew how.
I hate my legs. I hate them. Like, people have written blogs that I have cankles, and sorry. Try to be strong all the time, but
Not to mention, we saw her come for Amanda Stanton for being a single mom and talking about her kids, which was really weird.
I feel like it's an episode of Teen Mom that I watch.
Amanda wasn't even a teen mom, so it was just wrong and completely uncalled for. She did apologize pretty much immediately afterwards, but the vibes were off in Bachelor Nation after this. Olivia also pulled this move on the talent show group date, which was very extra. And perhaps her biggest crime was having a big mouth, literally. She ended up going home week 6, and they actually abandoned her on an island, which is a recurring theme on The Bachelor. We'll get into it. But surprise, surprise, after the show, she said that a lot of her drama was led by the producers. Every time she rushed Ben on an elimination night or a group date, it was because the producers told her, "Hey, Ben asked us to ask you to talk to him first." She jumped out of the cake because a producer talked her into embarrassing herself. After her elimination, she's stuck on this island, freezing cold, and just wants to go home, and her producer tells her, "Look, we need a shot of you crying on this island so that the people watching feel bad for you. Otherwise, you're gonna have a horrible experience." Olivia even flat out denied saying certain things. She called them Frankenbites, which is basically what happens during the edit when they take the beginning of one sentence and the end of another sentence, mash them together, and create an entirely new thought. So yeah, she definitely irked the women in the house and Bachelor Nation, but Olivia feels like a lot of her villainization came from producer prodding and a bad edit. When you're filming, obviously they're not telling you that they're setting you up to be the villain. Every idea they bring to you is because, oh, this is such a great idea, this is gonna help you, Ben is gonna like you more if you do this, Ben wants you to do this. And so you don't really know that the narrative they're setting you up for is negative. And let's be real, Olivia having a bad experience on The Bachelor is not that surprising. At this point, I feel like we've all watched Unreal, you know? We all know how The Bachelor goes. So justice for Olivia, you said some really weird shit, but you also inspired me to talk smart things, like your Bachelor season, so thank you for that. Number 2 on my list here is Victoria Larson from Matt James's season, aka Chris Harrison's last. My personal conspiracy theory is that Victoria was a producer plant because she was doing the absolute most from the jump. It was abundantly clear from Victoria's arrival to the Bachelor Hotel that she was not there to find love, and she was not there to make friends. She was there to entertain.
Well, that's a bit dramatic. She has a tiara on.
I just want to put my best foot forward.
Her first crime was stealing Matt away from Kit Keenan on night 1, and she didn't give us that usual, "Can I steal you for a minute?" She gave us so much more.
I'm gonna call myself a New Yorker. You know, I've lived there for 3 years now. Hey.
Excuse me, princess, but the queen is here.
She ended up stealing him a couple more times that night, and it immediately fractured her relationship with the other women in the hotel. But her second crime was coming from Marilyn, who ended up being one of her biggest arch nemeses on the show. After Bree gets the first one-on-one date, Victoria is obviously pissed. So Marilyn tries to sympathize with her, and it totally backfires.
I wanted to be on that date, so I'm not happy about it.
Trust me, we're all jealous. Like, trust me. If
I
you
don't
really
feel jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm just like, I want that.
What is the definition of jealousy, girl? Someone help. Victoria confronts Marilyn that night because apparently Marilyn had told her that she wanted to pick her brain to figure out why she acts the way she does. She's so done with Marilyn after that she literally decides to leave their shared room and literally sleep on the literal couch.
Literally?
At the cocktail party, Victoria commits the cardinal sin of snitching to the Bachelor, and I was in disbelief watching this because he actually bought it. Sarah passing out at the rose ceremony was a bad omen. He sent Marilyn home. The injustice. Instead of cringing at the talent show, which is what we usually do on The Bachelor, this season we got to cringe at the erotic storytelling session. And of course, Victoria was doing a little bit too much.
With the
So of course, now that Marilyn's gone, Victoria has to choose another woman to go toe-to-toe with, and she chooses unproblematic queen and future bachelorette Katie. After Sarah went home to escape the toxicity of the Bachelor Hotel and take care of her sick dad, Katie stood up for her, and Victoria did not like that.
trash took itself out.
Can you stop? Seriously? She's gone. There's no point to keep talking about her.
No, I won't stop, Katie. I'll do whatever the I want.
And great news, they added 4 new contestants this night, and one of them was a former beauty pageant winner. Victoria got the opportunity of a lifetime handed to her on a silver platter.
I'm Victoria, like the queen. Okay. And so I think I should have that crown, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
The arrival of the new contestants also gave us one of the most infamous lines in Bachelor history, and I gotta be honest, this whole situation still bothers me. I get that the producers are prodding and the edit is happening, but this whole situation was just really wrong. Anna calls Victoria to the fire pit to share some gossip about one of the new girls.
Being from Chicago, where she is, I had heard rumors, and people have gone out of their way to tell me, oh my God, watch out for this girl.
Allegedly, Brittany was an escort, and this was something that needed to be called out on national television. And when she shared with the group that Anna and Victoria saying this lie on national television was hurtful to her, this was the response she got.
Okay, then get out the house.
Matt finds out about this, and Anna tries to backtrack, but it's too late, and Matt sends her home before the rose ceremony. And after Anna goes home, Victoria realizes, okay, shit is getting real. She tries to apologize to Brittany without using the word sorry. She also got confronted for calling one of the other new girls a hoe, which I think we were all reading between the lines on that one, okay? We know what you meant, Victoria. But not to worry, that hoe comment was completely taken out of context.
Like, I'm just curious, like, what context would calling somebody a hoe be acceptable to be taken in?
Victoria is doomed at the rose ceremony, and her reign as queen comes to an end.
I honestly feel so sorry for you that you would listen to hearsay and not all of the facts behind a situation. So, goodbye.
Didn't even waste his breath. Wow. What was really interesting though is that during the promo for the Women Tell All, we see her apologize for calling Ryan a hoe, but during the actual special, this is what we got.
Do you think you're a super sensitive person though? Because I guess I'm just a little bit puzzled as to why you're like holding on to this emotional anger right now.
She did end up apologizing to Katie as well. She went on Bachelor in Paradise for a week and then was on season 2 of House of Villains with the likes of Tiffany Pollard and Larissa Lima. Larissa being the one from 90 Day Fiancé who famously said, "Whoever goes against the queen shall die." Ironic. I love it. And number 1, my girl, the legendary Corinne Olympios. Perhaps one of the most unfairly villainized contestants in Bachelor history. Yeah, I said it. Corinne was on Nick Viall's season, and her first crime? Having a nanny as a 24-year-old woman.
I need to get Raquel.
What?
Who's Raquel? Raquel is my nanny.
Your nanny?
Yeah.
You have a nanny?
I do.
Her second crime? Going topless during the famous Bachelor wedding shoot. And her third? Napping.
Where's Corinne?
She's not here.
No, but seriously, where is she?
She's upstairs resting.
Was Corinne a ridiculous character on the show? Absolutely. But were the other girls in the house taking this way too seriously? Yes. Now, she did confront the ladies and apologize for sleeping through a rose ceremony. But I do want to remind everyone that these rose ceremonies last the entire night, as evidenced by the exit interviews. When people are eliminated, it is light out. So in my opinion, getting in a little 10-minute nap isn't really an issue. Matter of fact, why didn't y'all wake her up? Shady. Anyway, not everyone accepted her apology. Actually, I don't think anyone did because it wasn't serious.
I didn't mean to offend anyone.
Right.
By taking that nap. I'm sorry for sleeping, guys.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I napped. Michael Jordan took naps, Abraham Lincoln took naps, and I'm in trouble for napping.
But leading the anti-Corinne charge was her arch nemesis Taylor. The issue starts when Corinne interrupts a conversation that Taylor is having with Nick so that she can get some time with him. Taylor stole Nick back and it was on.
Hi! Hey, I'm back. Is it okay if I steal your fur?
I'm really pissed.
Wait, I'm confused. You went back and forth?
She re-interrupted me, which I think is very rude.
Taylor called Corinne emotionally unintelligent. Corinne called Taylor stuck up. It was a very contentious conversation at the fire pit.
I didn't know if you had the maturity or the emotional intelligence or the coping skills to deal with stuff.
Emotional intelligence?
So, intelligence can mean a variety of different areas.
Okay.
You know, like being like book smart and street smart, that kind of thing.
Okay, emotional
and
intelligence.
there's emotional intelligence where that kind of speaks to like self-awareness and gaining insight.
You're treating me like I'm an idiot. I did not treat you like you're an idiot.
And God bless those producers because they immediately put Taylor and Corinne on a 2-on-1 date with Nick, during which Corinne snitched and told Nick everything. Again, a cardinal sin, but you know what? I forgive her. And from there, we get what is perhaps the most iconic elimination in Bachelor history. They left her on the island, just like Olivia. Corinne makes it all the way to hometowns where she buys Nick a $3,000 outfit. And then sadly, like most Bachelor villains, she gets eliminated, cries in the car, and then gives us that iconic Corinne attitude.
I'm tired, I'm done. I want to go to sleep.
Corinne went on to go on Bachelor in Paradise, where she was in a major incident with another contestant. I'm going to do a whole video on Bachelor lawsuits, so stay tuned for that. I want to go more in depth with that story. But in short, she was involved in an alleged sexual assault situation with Demario Jackson, which fundamentally changed the way the show operated. Because of this, The Bachelor imposed drink limits on contestants to prevent them from blacking out and getting in dangerous situations. More recently, Corinne was on the first season of House of Villains with, of course, Tiffany Pollard and Anfisa, my favorite, my girl. And the drama started basically as soon as she walked in the door because she didn't know who Omarosa was.
Hi. What's
Nice
your
to meet you.
name?
Google. It'll help you.
She went home from House of Villains pretty quickly, actually, but I stand by everything I said, okay? Corinne is a freaking legend, and she was hated on The Bachelor for being iconic. That is just a sad situation. Corinne, Victoria, and Olivia definitely were not the only women to be painted as villains on The Bachelor, but they were a few of my top faves. Which other Bachelor villains did you love? Which did you hate? I'm gonna do a part 2 of this where I talk about Bachelorette villains because they are on a completely different level. Those men are menaces to society, and we need to discuss. I also want to talk about Bachelor villains from earlier seasons because those pre-social media days were on another level. Courtney? Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you like reality TV, pop culture, and internet history, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And now, in the words of Chris Harrison and Jesse Palmer, I will take a moment and say my goodbyes. Bye.